Hello everyone, I just wanted to show you my new venture on this gardening thing, and that's hydroponics. First of all, I want to thank Kang Star. He's another YouTube channel master, way better than me. He's got a lot of really good insightful information on hydroponics. I do apologize for the hum in the background. That's the Bitcoin miners running. But anyway, let's get to this whole thing. I decided to get into the hydroponics to keep myself busy over the winter, and you know, looking at all the videos on YouTube and everything, I really like the idea because I can get more out of these plants in a controlled environment, probably no bugs, which is going to be really nice, and no dirt to deal with. But this kit here, you can buy one on eBay or Amazon for about 35 bucks. Comes with the tub, and you don't have to, you know, make your own, but you can if you want. Comes with the net cups and these clay pebbles, I guess they call them, and the rock wool. So basically we've got the water filled up to right about probably about a quarter or an eighth of an inch, probably about a quarter of an inch on the bottom of these net cups where the roots can come out and drink the nutrients. So the first thing you do is fill up the tub, let it sit overnight, get some of the chemicals out of the water if you have city water, and then you want to get your pH set to between 6 and 6.5. There's a pH meter that I use. I'll put a link to everything in the description. And of course you're going to have starts. So I just use this little, I don't know if you can see it down there at the bottom. I just use that method with the dirt and seeds, keep them wet, and then they sprout. And then once they're big enough, I did these a little too soon, but you want them to be roughly about this size or that size, so they've got a good strong start going. And then you put them in the rock wool, mix up your nutrients in the water. It's about 5 milliliters per gallon, and I'll show you the fertilizer that I use as well. The light we have up here is a Spider Farmer SF1000. I really like Spider Farmer lights. I've got SF2000 outside in the planter boxes, continuing my gardening into the wintertime underneath a portable little greenhouse cover. But this thing burns probably about $3 or $4 a month. The one outside burns probably $5 or $6 a month, so it's not that expensive. About 100 watts is the equivalent on this one here, and it's got settings down low and then up high if you want to make your plants grow more or less. And on starts, I like to keep it around 50%. So let's look at some of the other things we've got here. We've got a heat mat underneath. I like to keep about 70 degrees going, and what I'm using is this Vivo Sun heat mat, which I've used for seedlings over the whole year, and it's worked great. It's programmable. Here I've got a temperature monitor. That's what that white thing is down in there. It's basically for a refrigerator freezer, and I can see here that I've got 70 degrees right where I want due to the heat mat. And then up here I've got another sensor where I'm going to overwinter my pepper plants. So I want to see what the temperature is up here, and then I'll put another grow light, probably a SF1000 Spider Farmer, up top and encase it. Right here is the nutrients that I use. It's about 5 milliliters per gallon. It's the Aero Garden premix, and it's so easy. You just get a dropper or a syringe and measure it out. Chemicals that I use to set the pH are standard hydroponics, and I think my pH was around 7 or 6.8. I dropped it down to about 6.3, and so far the starts seem pretty happy with that. You want to use a timer on your lights, that we don't have to come out here and manually do it all the time. And I've got a Wi-Fi switch here that I have an app on my phone that I can program it to come on at, say, 6 o'clock in the morning and turn off at 8 o'clock at night. So about 14 hours of grow light time during the day. And the thing I want to say that is really great about doing this setup is I didn't need much space. This is about 2.5 or 3 feet wide by 2.5 or maybe 2 feet deep. And I don't have to buy a tent as long as I keep the temperature, under control. Because I don't have room in my house for a big giant grow tent, and this is a good way for me to start economically. And if it doesn't work out, I can use these grow lights on my tomatoes for next year or whatever. So this is a really good system, and I'm real excited to not have to use any dirt and hopefully not deal with any bugs. Hopefully they don't find their way through the plastic and start munching on the starts. So to recap, you're going to need to start some seeds, and I use soil. You can use the rock wool, but I just have had really good luck with the soil. Then you wash off the seedling a little bit, and then you put it in the rock wool. You'll need the kit, or you can make your own. You can get these net cups separately if you want, and then the clay pebbles separately if you want as well. I do want temperature sensors to keep an eye on it. If you're in the garage, it's handy. The grow light, of course, all that is going to be linked in the description at the bottom down there. And heat mat if you need it. pH for your water, or pH adjuster, I guess. The fertilizer, I use the Aero Garden. It's already set up for that. Anyway, please subscribe, and if you have any questions at all, let me know in the comment section, and I'll try to answer best I can. And real quick, I want to show you outside, reiterate what I'm doing outside with the larger Spider Farmer light. Okay, so here's my summertime garden beds, and I've got a cheaper grow light here that I got on Amazon. I'll put all the links in the description for you. This one burns about $4 per month, and it's about 100 watts, even though it says it's 400 watts. It's not, but it's about 45 degrees at night. I've still got cucumbers and squash, kale. And then over here, I've got the Spider Farmer 2000, which is about 200 watts. And when I measured the output today, it was 200 watts, and it was burning about $5 or $6 per month, which is pretty good. I've got the setting turned down to about 20%, and I got some romaine lettuce and some chard that's not doing very well because my wife cut down too many leaves and then it suffered. So anyway, but these guys are doing really great with this Spider Farmer light, and I'll have a link to the description in the description for you. But this has really been nice. At night we're getting down to about 45 degrees, and pretty soon we'll be hitting high 30s, and it's October, so this really increases your growing season. Please hit the like button and subscribe if you want. Appreciate you watching. Follow the links in the description, and that'll help support my channel. And make sure you visit Kangstar's channel.